Sure enough. I mean, 5 minutes ago, I just tested all of these buttons, and not one of these things happened yet. As soon as I start, and this is what happens. I'm absolutely baffled. I've talked to the dev of the app I'm using. I've talked to the people that did Streamlabs OBS. I've tried to find help on the forums for OBS Studio, and I just don't get what is so confusing with this. I've also double checked to make sure that all of my buttons, hotkeys, are not the same yet. I mean, I have one that goes wrong. See, now I won't even do it. I just turned the microphone back on, see if it would go back to that, and it didn't. I guess it's as good as mine. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. How is everybody doing? Pixel Sharks, as always. Thank you for that host. And oh, Billy Mountain Girl. You too. You as well. I'll forget you. I'm quite certain there's other things you're supposed to be doing right now. So, as you can tell by the music, the title, and the game around me, I'm going to be playing some more Levelhead. I'm starting off today with a bunch of levels from Ant My Dude, who has already joined me in chat. Get over here. Sorry, dealing with the dog. Lay down. Hi, Kilthrow. Nice to see you. Appreciate you dropping in. So, I didn't think it was on. There we go. So, I've kind of rearranged things as I was noticing in some of the videos I was watching on the Extra Life channel, and this one, that some of the elements were covering up things. Hey, that's fine. I listen to people all day while I work, just as background noise, so I get it. I'll try to make sure that I keep a nice, calm, level voice, so I don't disturb your Civ 6 while you conquer the world. But also tonight, I'm not alone. Everyone say hello, Chalice Mike.
Hello, Chalice Mike.
Welcome back. You've been gone for a while.
Yeah, a trip that was supposed to be a week ended up being almost 2.5.
Yeah.
Aha!
Stupid cars breaking down. Don't they know?
Well,
don't they know better?
The first problem was Delta, and I think some of the others are probably going to get there soon, changed their policy that if you need to change your flight, you used to be able to pay a fee, like 100, 150, and then change the flight. But Delta, in their infinite wisdom, made it so that the cheap tickets, the basic economy, can't be changed at all.
Yeah.
So what was supposed to be 1 week, I couldn't change the ticket to make it 2. Or I mean, what was supposed to be 1, I couldn't change the ticket to keep it 1.
Sounds like you had a hard time.
Car breaks down.
The other thing I wanted to point out to everybody that you may or may not have noticed on the previous 2 scenes, but I cleared my first goal in the Extra Life fundraising.
Woo!
So I will soon have to make room on my wall here. I'll have to move. I'm still disappointed that I can't find this 2015 one. I really wish I could find it, but I'm kind of giving up hope on it. I'll keep looking, but I'm going to shift them down so I can fit the new 2019 one. It'll probably be hanging right there, actually. The silver. And I'd love to make it gold, but that requires clearing 1,000. And sure, it's... are you doing it for the medal or no? What I like about these medals is this shows that I've been doing this. I've been dedicated to this fundraising for a while. And
having the goals is healthy.
Yeah, and having some kind of a, an accomplishment that you feel achieved. And that's what those are. That's a lot of accomplishment. That whole board right there.
Yeah.
That whole board is a lot of accomplishment because I've got the 7 years medals. Eventually, it's supposed to be 8, but it's going to be 7 total once this year. And then I've got 3 marathon medals and a half marathon medal. And one of the only things that is up here. Here, let me move the mic. That right there, which my head is now blocking. Hey, Nixie. I appreciate the lurk. When are you going to start streaming? If I can lurk in your channels. That thing right there is one of the only things from my military career that I put on here. Because
the SOVSM.
Oh no, I don't have one of those, like an actual medal for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have one
like
somewhere.
Yeah.
I have one somewhere. I'll find it. I know I'm going to get my, what do you call it? My license plate, the the disabled veteran license plate. I'm going to have the MOVSM put on it. Oh. And I'm sure I've got one somewhere, and I'll hang that one up there. But no, this one was from a deployment that I did to Korea, where I also got that marathon medal right there. Friday morning. What time Friday morning? I'll be there. I'll be there. I can do this now for you too. Oh boy, yes I can. Hmm?
Did you put a link to the stream in Discord?
She hasn't played any yet.
No, you.
Yes, all over the place.
Oh, I just didn't scroll up enough. Never mind.
Yeah, I went through everybody's channel and posted. But Nixie, I can shout you out. Yay! Nixie's been around. I think I lobbied heavily for her to be a mod in someone else's channel.
Good.
So and now it's happy. I'm excited to see that she's going to start streaming. So someone else I can lurk channel I can lurk in the morning. Depending on whose voice is the most soothing, you might win out over some of the others, Nixie. So enjoy your lurk. For the Levelhead people that are here, the bot is active. So you can add your levels in, although Ant My Dude has got 5 or 6 in the queue already. Let me see. 1, 2, 6 in the queue. So he claims they're easy. We all know how how good I am at this game. So we shall see how easy they are. Playing on Dragon Age Inquisition. Ooh. I have yet to play through those games. I'm told I should. So, yep, I got some bookmarks here. Looks like Speakio made some more levels. Okay, so the one you wanted me to start with is Zipper Mountain Climb, I think.
Didn't you already do that one? The Zipper Mountain Climb?
I think I did one by somebody else. So yeah, Zipper Mountain Climb. That's the one that's... let's see what's... Yep.
Okay.
Yep, Zipper Mountain Climb. That's the one that's up. So, Jealous Mike, you are there, so you technically can help with the commands.
I'm a little distracted today.
But it's okay. I've got them hot buttoned. And in theory, they should work. So,
I went back to the dark side.
Yes, you did, you filthy MMO player. Oh, we say that, but that's the game he's playing, World of Warcraft. It's kind of the game that finally started our friendship off.
Yeah. Not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Now, it's not that simple anymore, of course.
Yeah. And I won't play the game anymore for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so... on the Zipper. Cannon break is super easy. See, again, you say these things. You say these things.
Oh, this looks different. That background, I think.
It's kind of a deserty one.
Yeah.
Oof. I've got something. Hold on. Something is messing with my computer. I gotta figure out what it is.
Something. It's
Something.
all of that Apple nonsense.
Oh, that's done. You can get me started on that. Crap. Just a bunch of crap. So...
Yeah, we're not in the vent room. I will keep that for myself. Yeah. So vent room, it's funny because...
Okay, groove music. I don't know what your problem is, but I'm turning you off because apparently you decided you just want to eat up my CPU.
Oh,
Not really sure why.
Issue.
I'm not really sure
Not
why.
Apple, it's a Windows issue. Or Microsoft, I guess.
Yeah. So eventually someday I'll get my second computer set up so that I can.
I want a second computer. computer. Oh,
put the
I have
streaming
a
up.
laptop.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure how I know that the graphics card can handle it, the GPU can handle it.
Hmm.
I'm just not sure about the processor, how well it will handle it.
Just to run Streamlabs.
Well,
Not
just
Streamlabs. Stream Puppy.
Stream Puppy is not that big of a deal. Stream Puppy's barely eating up any of my processor. Because it's just kind of there. See, I told you, something is still very
Cannon
janky.
break.
Something is still feels really off, and I'm not really sure what.
The stream looks just the tiniest hair bit laggy.
I mean, it's laggy on my computer also.
Weird.
I'm not dropping any frames. So, just feels different for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Chinese. It's always the Chinese. I only joke because it's true. I'm not talking about people who are Chinese. I'm talking about the government.
And the problem is that what should be a simple jump, every time I get up there to do it, there's something just feels off. So, oh, I'm going to check one more thing. Moment. This will give me a chance to check out my new... Why? Why? I do not understand why. I literally went through and checked every possible combination for errors. Everything worked perfectly, and then the instant that I came on, all of it started breaking. So, while I figure out what's going on with my CPU, there's a game on the Be Right Back screen that you guys can play simply by typing coordinates into the chat. You gotta find something on there. This game is provided by InstaFluff, who has a lot of influence on a lot of things going on this thing. Alright. Why the heck is Outlook even open? I never use it. Windows. But again, I have nothing nice to say about Apple either. Punks.
No.
Wasted so much of my time.
It's all a crock. All of it is a crock. And crock is short for a longer term. I'm not going to say on stream. Select those.
And it's all these little things that don't really amount to much, but boy, do they add up. Oh, see, Aunt My Dude is trying it. Cool. They, InstaFluff, who made this, and I think it's Maya Suni is the other one who made it. The two of them got on to stream and made this game live on stream.
Ooh.
And it is a browser source-based thing, so anybody can put it on their thing. And I decided to put it right there on the Be Right Back screen, so people can use it.
Nice.
Okay, so...
Oh, so people can play it while you're Be Right Back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you type where to go. I think this game is going to be a little bit easier to consume than the... What was it? The Rainbow Rampage? Because that just went all over the place. And that was also technically...
That makes me want to stab my eyes out with forks.
And that one was technically just meant to be a Be Right Back one also. But
people started putting it as an overlay in their stream.
Mm-hmm. Well, they put it as an overlay in their stream, and then they would, it would just kind of, it works okay on InstaFluff's thing because, I mean, he's just sitting there talking and coding, so it gives people something to do while they're doing that. But so, and they're already working on improvements for it. The game that you're playing.
Actually,
Aunt My Dude.
I need to hit InstaFluff up because the person that I joined this stupid realm for to play with isn't really being proactive about playing in a group with me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I can go play with him.
Yeah, you could.
And it'll be happy days.
Not really sure. We'll have to see. Oh, did you get it, Ant, my dude? Yes, look at those points.
Yeah.
Oops. That's not what I meant to do.
I don't see.
He has a
there's
score.
grids on the sides. I didn't realize. Okay.
Yeah. When I first put this on earlier, I didn't when it first, because you know how these I don't know if you know, but the browser sources, when they add them, they automatically force it into a small square grid. And so when I was first setting it up, I didn't realize that it was actually meant to be seen, but laid out in 1920 by 1080. So I figured it out later. I want to make this a more obvious be right back screen than just having those things on the side.
Yeah, because the one that you showed me was...
It was in a box. Yeah, it was in a box, and I'd put the be right back thing on the side, but it's just... I'm gonna like separate out the be right back part on my blue screen, because it's technically behind that. You can't see it, but it's behind it.
Everything's... Well, I was thinking if you took one of the FK Gaming symbols off, or one of the Mischief symbols off on one side, move the extra life so it was vertical on one side, and then be right back across the top.
Yeah, that's actually probably what I'll do.
I mean, normally I like the idea of having extra life prominent, but
or what I could do is because the be right back thing has two layers to it.
Oh.
I can actually I can split it and put one vertical on the right and one vertical on the left.
Okay.
And then I could just get rid of the be right back emote and just put the regular emote on. So, Ant, my dude, I'm sorry.
It looks like you got stuck by it looks like you got grabbed by a monkey.
But I'm gonna switch back. So the game will still be there.
He or she, I'm assuming Ant, my dude, just because of the
yeah, but I think the character thing is random.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's go back to.
Oh. Okay. I would say I'll buy a new one, but can't hear me anymore because my keyboard is too loud.
No, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Ant, my dude, for telling me. There's no reason that should have triggered. They are not the same hotkeys, but for some reason, when I trigger the hotkeys in OBS, whether it's Slobs or OBS Studio, multiple ones get triggered, and there is no pattern for me to determine which ones it's happening to and how it's picking which ones it's going to do. No, it wasn't that it's weird. It's that when I triggered the thing to go back to the game scene, it muted the microphone, and it shouldn't do that. They aren't the same hotkey. But what's happening is, dang it. Without any pattern to it, things are being triggered simultaneously just by me hitting the key. Well, I wouldn't normally either, but especially for a game like this where I don't want to have to constantly switch out to do things, having the it's essentially an Elgato Stream Deck kind of thing, but it's an app. Dang it! But it's an app on my iPad, called Stream Puppy, which essentially does the same thing. And it doesn't matter, but I've also tried triggering them manually by hitting the key that it set it to. And it does it then too. So I as much as Streamlabs OBS and the people who are working on OBS Studio want to say it's the app, it's not the app, because when I trigger the hotkeys on my keyboard, it does the same thing. So there's something wrong with the hotkeys in the current make. How am I supposed to get up there? See, you said this would be easy. I told you. Challenge accepted. I will find the ways to make it harder and harder. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. Jump up there and then hit that. Okay, I got it now. Hey, Sleepy Doof. Welcome in. I got to pick which side I'm going to look at, because I've got the chat over here, and I've got this PowerShell over here that's running the bot, and it shows the chat. So I keep seeing it over here because I'm looking to the left on the screen, but you guys are over here, and I want to be looking at the camera when I respond to you guys. How are you doing, Sleepy Doof? Was it you? Yeah, you were the one that wanted me to try that other. This one is just not that hard. It's a nice challenge. Oh, thanks. So it's not hard, it's just, why should I be able to walk off the side like that? You punk. You punk. You probably had no control over it. What's on the side? Well, I think I figured out what I need to do up here. Now it's just a matter of doing it. And not running myself off into the side. So, Joe, is Mikey still there?
Yeah, so I
moving
needed to type with InstaFluff.
Fluffy.
Because you said... Yeah.
Mutant. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But yeah, so are you going to be here? Are you going to be around Monday for us to do our co-stream?
I sure as heck plan on it. I was this past Monday too, however...
I didn't do it because of the holiday.
Yes, which is just fine.
Plus, I think you had the wrong time.
Well, I woke up like half an hour before you were going to start, I thought.
But
so.
were you helping someone else move their stuff around, or were you helping somebody move your stuff around? Some of it is me. Some of it is this. For some reason, the game still feels a bit janky. And honestly, considering all the factors, the only difference running right now is that browser source is running on another scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the issues why I stopped having Rainbow Rampage on there. I don't understand why the browser sources would cause that much of an issue. The CPU load isn't any higher. It's maybe 2% higher. Steak! Aren't already following? They weren't already following? Welcome in. You still didn't have the follow. How many times have you been here? How many times? How many?
That's okay. I mean, he saw that you were active. He or she.
Well, I always post in there, in the Butterscotch Discord that I'm going on, the Levelhead one. Well, I think it's just, Yeah, I think it's just Butterscotch. But anyway, I always post in there that I'm getting ready to play. I think I followed the Extra Live channel. Hey, that's not a problem either. I mean, I do stream there on Fridays, and there are other good streamers on there, so who like to talk about their hospitals. So I'm doing okay. I'm a little frustrated with my week so far because Apple has pretty much made me waste most of it so far. But when they wanted to schedule another callback for this week, I told them no. You guys are just gonna have to wait until next week because I got things I need to do and I don't want to lose. I have part of the issues that I'm dealing with my recovery is that I have a very low threshold for stress and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Very low. And
well, that's part of PTSD. It's like it's so many different things all mixed in one.
Well, and when things don't work the way they're supposed to, for no reason, there was like nothing changed on the system, and suddenly iTunes just stopped working entirely. So then when I started following their things that are supposed to fix it, yeah, didn't fix it. You know, it couldn't hurt you to put a save bot up there. Ant, I'm looking right at you, Ant. Couldn't have hurt. I don't think Knight, I forget his name, Knight, the guy who was here last Wednesday, who gave me that the Castlevania like level. He wasn't here. He wasn't in the Extra Life channel on Wednesday, but on Friday. But I beat that level. It's the one. If you go look at my latest clip, you'll see me having issues with that level, specifically with the things that were being thrown at me. I hit the wrong button. No. I stopped pushing to the right.
Is it that little bit of glitchiness that you've got?
I don't know. It may be, but I mean, my CPU usage for OBS is actually down right now. So I don't know what's causing it. Maybe I should restart the game. This game will still be in my queue. Oh, there was one thing. Oh, wait, hang on. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
There, you can continue your game, Ant, my dude. There was one thing.
It kept Ant, my dude, right where he was.
Yeah, it keeps them there so that if the Be Right Back screen goes away, they can continue where they were so they don't lose their progress. Yet another thing that I liked about that. This. Let's try this.
Okay, where's the stupid Flight Master?
Oh yes, for those of you who've just joined, this is a game made by InstaFluff, the maker of Stream Puppy and Clippy Raid that I use on this channel. And overall good guy. And he and I can't remember her name right now. Maya something did a co-stream last week and made this. And they've been improving on it ever since.
I know that's not her name, but Maya makes me want to say Maya Stone Regard.
No, that's not her. That's not who we're talking about. All right. So here we go. Yep, that's exactly how you do it. Boom, and you're in. It's a fun game to have on there. I when I actually do the extra live streams and I take the time to walk away, I think I'm probably going to start picking the shorter videos, so that I can have this on there for a while. And just so you guys know, I tested this earlier when I was testing in my own channel how to play this. If you type a location and someone else types a location and you can tell that they're going to get to that location before you, you can immediately enter another location and your pawn will change. So you're not committed to that spot. I say that because Ant My Dude and Steve Hutsy just went for the same potion.
Oh. What do the potions do?
Score points. Yeah, you'll see the scores up there. Ant My Dude is well ahead of you guys.
Well, he's kind of been in.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going back to the game. Your characters will be right where you left them, unless you type something in there, and they'll just go there. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Hey, it worked this time. See, that's the problem. I can't duplicate these problems. Well, that's probably that. May be. I haven't dropped any frames, so. Could be your internet. I don't know. There's so many different reasons why things could go wrong. No, let me get back in the game here. Okay. Okay, try this again. need to come back to the right on that one. I hit the special button and didn't hit the thing. Yeah, if you guys tell me that there's something wrong on your visually or something or lagging stuff, the first thing I look at is, because I know it's not my internet. I get 200 down, 200 up during the busiest times of day when people are all home and all streaming their stuff and playing their games.
Yeah, it may not be. I mean, it is fiber. It may not be the fiber we wish it was, but it's still good.
Okay, so now I got to get back up there. Well, this is still better than my AT&T fiber. My AT&T fiber could only dream of getting 200 at this.
Oh, really? My AT&T fiber, I'm actually getting 3.3.
Yeah,
300,
it's
300.
yeah. They couldn't get it over at that apartment complex. They were supposed to be able to, but they never did.
Oh, didn't you say you had the AT&T DSL though?
Initially, I did. I told them I wanted fiber, and they set it up as DSL, which was okay initially because they weren't charging me.
Yeah.
Or if they had been charging me for fiber, and
oh yeah,
it's just not getting there in time. If they had been charging me for fiber by making me have DSL for like, I think it was a month and a half before I realized. So actually, when I came here to turn on the internet, the guy who was supposed to be here actually ended up never coming. They had to send someone to replace it, but I had already gone back there, and there was a box already there, and they had already done the switch in the system so that it was on.
Mm-hmm.
So all I had to do was plug it in, and it was on. The time that my internet went out over July 4th, that was their fault.
Yeah.
Some idiot didn't do his job when he was setting the things up, because they changed them all to colors instead of numbers because people were getting confused by the numbers. And so somebody went in and messed the system up, and the guy went in and saw a number and pulled that, not realizing that the color meant it should be in there. And so they just completely pulled my internet. I don't know what the timing is on that. They just completely unplugged my internet, and because it wasn't a big problem, they didn't come until after. So it was out for 3 days before they finally came back. I'm pretty sure if other people had started complaining, they probably would have sent someone out sooner, but it was fine. We made it through the holiday. Ah, shoot. I should have just let myself land. I was fine. Now I gotta do this again. I'm not sure. Something still feels off. I'm not really sure what it is. I wonder what... Okay, guys, here's your chance to play it again. Enjoy. Get my mouse back. Let me look at something in here. Sorry, I'm checking something. Not it. Here, let's see if I can fix this. Sorry, fixing things behind. Always fun. Okay, so that's now taken care of. Okay. Okay. Stop moving around. It's jumping all over the place. I'm trying to fix something. I have to sort it by name just so I can get a lock on it. That's odd. Okay, so we'll see if that helps. How's everybody doing with their treasure hunting?
Can't I do just stole my potion?
Well, ants are harder workers than you, apparently. Alright. Okay, everybody hold your butts. I'm going to try it again. Aha, it worked. But again, useless if I'm trying to figure out what's causing the problem. I think InstaFluff and I are going to have to do a voice call. He wants to set up a voice call to talk about it. He thinks it's that I have cross-pollinated hotkeys, meaning hotkeys are the same, but I took pictures of it today just to show that the only ones that are the same between the scene collections that I have, the Extra Life one and this one, are the mic. I didn't push to the right. Are the mic on and off, and the cough switch. And then the manual stinger that I do, the Extra Life stinger. I just keep that one the same one on both, and then the people one for when a raid happens.
Yeah.
Those are that's it. That's basically 1, 2, 3, 4 hotkeys that are the same in both scenes. So they do the same thing. So it's not like I have the same hotkey set to do 2 different things. And when you're in a different scene collection, the things that hotkeys are set for in that one don't matter. But I still made sure they were all different, just to be safe. Thank you, Guthron Bot. I think I come up with a better name for that thing, but I am indeed raising money for... And this, at this point, I think with us clearing 500, I think I've now cleared 8,000 lifetime raised. But not all of that went to Providence.
No, but that's fine.
No! No! Where'd you go?
It's not fine?
No! This stupid... I'm having a hard time getting the second battery to go to the place where it needs to go. So this time I tried tossing it and then letting myself fall down to the platform below to give it time to get to the battery thing and open the door. And instead it just bounced right off the wall and vanished down the bottom. Okay, so there. Now we got it. Ah, save. What's happening? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Can't get up there. Falling, falling, falling. That did not work. Try this again. Man, that one's very particular. Okay. Ah. Okay, we got this. We got this. Ah! Stupid spikes! Why must you be so spiky? You're using the zipper more than you actually have to. Some of those are just regular jumps. Shh, shh, shh. You talk like you wrote this level. No, wait. Dang it. The worst part is, he's right. Of course he's right. He wrote the level. Ah, go down. I didn't get the stupid battery! Ugh. Come on, come on. Hadn't hit that spike yet, so I guess it was due. I was due for a spike landing. Kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Totally Guthroning this level. I did it again. Dang it. I keep jumping, going down there where the battery is and forgetting to grab it. Because I'm just trying to get onto the next part. I missed that. It's one of those, if you miss the jump, you can't. You just have to start over. There are a couple of them where you can recover. If you do, but not all of them. Now I'm just missing the jump entirely. Dang it. Couldn't figure out how to get it up there. I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to stop and think about it.
Good luck.
And some of it requires just quick reaction time. I made it. Made it. What the? I was against the wall. Oh. You, sir, are a turd.
Hey. Yes, me.
There are some moves. Nah, this isn't the worst I've seen.
No.
This is not the worst I've seen. There's some of them where where some of the tricks, the things that they do, it's just to mock you. Trolls exist everywhere.
Yep.
So for now for some reason. Okay, now it worked. Because the second drop wasn't working properly. That's not how you do it. Those kids watching at home, that's not how you do it. It's the Guthron guarantee. The Guthron guarantee. I will show you how not to do it.
Exactly. If you're trying to see what the worst thing somebody could do with your level is.
But I knew it was going to be like that. I have to jump up in the air, turn around, and get myself in exactly the right spot to jump past the spike. Ah! No, 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 no! Why would you do that?
Because my cooking's at 126 now. Oh, 127.
Not.
Eh. That's not what you meant?
No. That's most definitely not what I meant. No, no, you. Well, it's okay. I already accidentally leveled up a dinosaur today that I didn't mean to level up.
Uh-oh.
I was multitasking and I looked over and I just saw the green button and I pushed it. And I'm like, no, I didn't mean to push that button. There goes 20,000 coins.
Yeah.
No! No! Sorry, there's somebody who's watching who's trying to get stuff done in the background. I think it's Guthron, and I promise I'm not I'm not being as calm as he was expecting. Really? So I overcompensate and fall off the stupid thing. No! Stop it!
What if I want to keep going?
Not you. Ah!
You got this. Oh!
You, sir, can just shut it.
You got the point. Oh, you need to land on the ledge?
I need to land on the ledge, and so it's this delicate thing of this one I have to stop pushing to go, but this one I can't get all the way over because it's only 2 squares short, and when I do the zipper, it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get to myself to 3, and then not be pushing to the right in order to get to the other side and not fall off. And I'm just not getting close enough. Clearly I jumped too soon. Now, see, if you press to the right too long, you just carry the momentum through. So it's a really, you have to nail just the right spot and then immediately let go of the button or you're screwed. At least I don't have to do a bunch of things in a row to get back to this one. That's one of my biggest complaints about some of these levels is they require you to do so many things, so many delicate maneuvers exactly right in a row. And if you mess one of them up, you have to go so far back that you get frustrated trying to get back to it, and then you never get to spend a lot of time on it. There was one I did on Friday where it was like that, where it was a loop one, but when I got back down, I was trying to get through one section of it, and you had to kind of hover on the helicopter down, and then quickly switch to rockets and push yourself up just enough to land on a ledge. But if you didn't time it exactly right,
oof.
It was the Kaizo level cup. Yeah, that's Ant My Dude has one now. I think that not putting them in is it's creating artificial difficulty. I view it the same way as I view the limited inventory. Some people like it. I think it's adding a layer of difficulty that's unneeded. And frankly, none of us really want to deal with them. We all end up getting frustrated at because we're spending so much of our time cleaning our bags out. And Terraria gets to a point, man, I cannot get that one right. Terraria gets to a point every time where a world gets big enough that I just don't want to deal with the bags anymore.
Yeah.
Creating the storage shell on Terraria is nice, where you have everything looped and you just automatically deposit, but that requires very detailed prearranging of things. And look out if you get something new. Ah, man. Okay. I can't. It's trying to get myself just far enough that I make it through. I end up pushing myself too far on the other side. Like that. But the Kaizo levels are one screen. Wonder if... Glad there's that one storage mod for Terraria that lets you just dump everything in one block and search for it via typing its name. Okay, yeah, but see, that's a mod. I'm talking about playing unmodded Terraria. Unmodded Terraria, you have no ability to do that. You have to what you can do is deposit all. And if you're standing, if you don't have a chest open, and if you're standing, if you create it's a ring around you out to a certain distance. And if you're standing in the middle and you hit deposit all, and you've pre-deposited all the stuff that's in there, so there's at least one of what you want that's in your bag and one of the chests, then it will deposit it in there, which is great until you start running out of the storage space. Because you're just getting all these things and you're not using them fast enough. That's the problem with playing modded. This is some of the issues that Golgoth has, Chalice Mike has with playing modded RimWorld, is everybody has to have the same mod to play. You can't actually, you have to set up a modded version of it, and you can't, if you take a character over to that, you can't bring it back without jumping through a bunch of hoops to get it. And most people just aren't going to do that. They'll just go to modded and stay there. But and some people think that having limited storage spaces is part of the experience. But then I say, if you really want it to be a realistic difficulty, then you shouldn't be able to carry 5 spears in your small little pouch that's sitting on your hip.
Yeah, nobody wants realistic. That's absurd.
What I want is something that makes the organization process simple, which is what Crashlands accomplished. It's so good for the so close. It's once you get it, depending on which you have 2 inventory spaces that you're looking at. Once you get it, you have it, and if you need to be able to see it, you'll be able to see it. But if you don't, you're not going to see it. So all your crafting materials that you gather while you're out and about, you don't see them when you're out and about. But when you get to a crafting station, and not all the crafting stations use the same materials.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. What the you, sir, are a punk.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, so you have multiple crafting stations in Crashlands. And when you get to one, if the materials that you can use on that one are visible to you, but none of the rest are. And there's no dealing with how many chests do I have and making them is like, no, it's an inventory system that's just there.
Yeah.
It treats it like what it is, the ones and zeros. You don't really have those things, so that's games like Terraria and Minecraft would only benefit from systems like that, rather than making you constantly build these elaborate systems for storage. Oh, Sleepy Dude, if you haven't played if you've played RPGs of any kind, you should try Crashlands. This developer's previous game, this bot that we're playing right here, is modeled after. You will enjoy, as an RPG player, you will enjoy the crafting system and the storage system. By far, the best inventory management system that I've encountered. When you get a chance to get it, I would get it. And the nice thing about it is you can play it on multiple platforms. So you could play it on your computer if you wanted to, and then you could save it to the cloud, and then when you're out and about, you can pull your phone up and download that save to your thing, and play it on your phone, and just keep playing, and then send it back to the cloud. When you get back, you can play it on your thing. I played it almost entirely on mobile. I only played it a little bit on the computer so I could stream some of it. And now it's on Switch. That one's not cross-platforming, because Nintendo doesn't play like that. But mobile doesn't care. It's kind of what I was initially hoping would happen with the 2 Jurassic World games that came out. Was it last year? I think it was last year. The mobile Jurassic World Alive game, and then the Jurassic World Evolution Park thing. I was hoping that they would turn your efforts to go collect DNA in the mobile game into things that you could transfer into the Evolution game, so you could come up with DNA. Because one of the limitations you have in the game is having the DNA necessary. So you have to constantly send out teams to get it, and you can only send out so many teams, and if you don't have money, they're not going anywhere. So having smaller teams that are going around on their own, because they're you playing, and integrating it would have been, frankly, brilliant. But the people that own the rights to Jurassic World decided to license them out to 2 different people. So yeah, the only problem I have with Crashlands now is that now that I've experienced how inventory management should be on a video game, I'm extremely frustrated with more powerful games that should have easily have the ability to manage that kind of computing into it.
Yeah.
They have no excuse. This I'm letting go of the push to the right before I even hit the zipper button, and it's still, my momentum is still carrying me over off of the ledge.
Weird. That is very weird.
Now I'm trying to push back to the left when I do it, but it's too much. If you get too close to the ledge, if you get close to the column, you're just going to shoot right over the ledge.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance. So it's this delicate game of
not shooting, getting just far enough and not shooting.
And getting that exact distance is so tricky.
Yeah.
It's hair's distance. And so you're constantly having to just do the same thing over and over. Yes. Okay. What the heck am I supposed to do here? That is too far for me to run and jump. And it's too far for me to spike. What am I supposed to do here? I can't do like a high jump because I don't have anything to shoot myself off of. I don't know I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I can't get enough speed to fling myself across. See? I mean, I tried that the first time and I landed in exactly the same spot. Now I'm back down here having to deal with this thing. But I'm not seeing how. I realize that it takes 2 zips, but I don't think my jump is getting high enough to account for that. And you obviously have done it because you made it, so you know it can be done, but
it still leaves you fairly frustrated because
one of the clues that they put in these games is follow the coins. The coins will tell you where to go. So that means I'm supposed to run and jump. But I don't think I'm getting high enough. See, I was pressing it. I kept pressing the button and it never triggered. I just fell. So I know it's It's going to take luck. That's what it's going to take. I'm just going to have to keep mashing. It's a button masher. It's what it comes down to. It's a button masher and hope I get it at just the right time. At least there's a safe spot to land on the other side where I don't have to keep overshooting. I mean, sorry, my dude, but I would not have done that one right there. I would have been like, especially with the further jump up there before you can even get to a save point. I wouldn't have made it such a narrow margin of error. I would have either made that a 3 column or made the thing on the other side 2 blocks wide. I'm not much a fan of precise. They haven't figured that out yet. The levels that say precise, I will usually try them, but I honestly eventually give up on them. I mean, and I've already been playing this one for almost an hour. Well, it just means I'll have more content for next week. That's something I should comment also. On my Friday extra live streams this month, I'm switching to another game. So I'll still be playing. Besides Levelhead? Yeah, I'll be playing Levelhead on Wednesday nights. Because I think more people in the community can watch this stream than the extra live stream now that I do it at 12 Central, 1 Eastern, because they're all at work still. I get that. So I do still get a lot of lurkers who watch and stuff who can do that, but the community who makes the levels, there's only a few of them that can actually show up at that time. So if my slot on there changes, I can't do it on Wednesday nights because somebody's streaming to the extra live channel right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have asked them already of, hey, since I do have an audience that likes this game, and more of them can be there Wednesday night. I mean, the slots from 5 p.m., 5, 7, 9, and 11 all have somebody in them. So, all right, here we go. Let's button mash the heck out of this. Exactly. It was exactly what I thought it was. Just hit the button as fast as you can. Which is okay. I mean, come on.
Sure.
These small little precise things just drive me crazy. Because then I end up not having enough time to get to the next one. This is just me, okay? There's nothing wrong with your level. Some people like this stuff and they're good at it. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah.
Really? Come on. That one level that had all the hey Triple B, the one level that had all the really small things that you had to land in to get the timer that were 1 deep, with the timers being so fast. I honestly don't think I'm going to go back and finish that level because that concept of you have, not only do you have very short amount of time, but you also have to land perfectly every single time for every one. That's just that's just frustrating. And the more I've thought about it, the more I've decided I don't want to deal with that. That's just going to frustrate me. Really. And I'm supposed to have fun. I don't mind making it of myself trying to figure out your levels. I don't mind that at all. That's just, it's part of the game. It's part of the thing I've got going here. But there are some things that push that too far. And I may actually have to, shoot. Now, man, now all of them are this way. You little punk. You little punk. All of them are, you have to time your thing to just the right point, or you're not going to get it right. Actually, nothing wrong with not playing stuff you don't enjoy. It's better to see someone having a good time than being miserable. I hope that even though I'm having a difficult time with it, I'm trying to have fun with it while I comment on the things I don't like about it. That's just me. Right. I'm not trying. So, Ant, don't take this the wrong way. I am enjoying myself. It's just there are certain things that some of the level builders do that I frankly don't enjoy, which is why I don't play their levels a lot. But again, that's just me. It's not you. But this little trick you've done here, you're just cruel. You're just cruel. You're just cruel. Not saying you seem as it's just making a general story. Okay. I'm hoping that even though I talk about the things that I just dislike about it, for the 2 wall, hold right until you're touching the wall, then zip. You should be able to hold left to get on the ledge. Well, we shall see. I haven't had too many opportunities to try it because I keep missing before I even get to it. This is like that thing I was talking about the other day with the helicopter and rockets. It was the first part, so I never really got a chance to figure out the later parts because I kept spending so much time trying to figure out the first part. Yeah. Not necessarily figuring out. I knew what I was supposed to do. It's just you had to do it exactly right every single time, or you just had to start that part over again. And frankly, the latter part was easy compared to that. Triple B, here's a question. Do you like the precise things? The things that require an absolute precise. You can't make, Everything you do has to be precision on. You cannot make a single mistake or you're done. Like that timer one in the desert where you have to keep hitting the timers and everything is one deep and you have a very, very, very short clock, and if you miss it, you're done. Well, at least with this one, he's given me a marker. I'm just not paying attention to it, and it's the ledge above. See that one right there, this first one at the bottom where I have to figure out the timer, the space. This one, I guess there's one below, but that helps if I hit the right button. See, that's just me. That's just me. So there's something below. Precision is awesome, but when doing precision, you need to have enough checkpoints and guide. Yeah. He's the one that made that level you're referencing. Triple B. Oh, yeah, Triple B. It's your level. The one with all the timers and the precise little holes that you have to get in, and you have very little time. If you make one mistake, it's done, and you have to just start over. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that one. I'm probably not going to go back and finish it, just because if I was going to do the thing, I would either make the holes too wide or I would make the timers a little bit longer to account for one mistake. Just one. You know, so you miss the hole when you first land, but you can quickly turn around and get back in. But that one is one of those, you do that once, you might be able to get away with it once, but after that you can make no more mistakes.
Yeah.
4TS turn into Y. I'm not sure what that means. I'm a little confused, but that's just me. It could just be me. So I mean, if I was making your level, that's what I would have done with it. Okay, wait. He made a second version with even tighter timers. Not sure what you play. Not sure. I mean, is it the same one? 4T in a row. It will say 4. I don't know. I saw 4 T's. On my screen, I see 4 T's, not 4 Y's. So I don't know what keyboard you're using or screen. What screen you're using. Chat Translator didn't do anything to it. And we all know Chat Translator is drunk. Oh, you put 4 Y's and it turned it into T's? That's odd. Let me try this and see if it happens to me. Oh, you did Y's, right? You put T and then they end up Y. I don't know. You see them as Y. There's the terrible timer tower and the triple terrible time. I think I tried the triple terrible time tower. Yeah, Triple B can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Triple B one is the one that I did, and that one was just, it was no mistakes. Maybe you could get away with one slight mistake, but after that, you were done. Teleport right into the spike. That's the answer. Just not getting high enough. So the first one, the second one was way harder. The first one was hard enough for me. I'm starting to get a feel for these levels that you guys are making, and looking at the descriptions and knowing. So like Friday, when I was on my own mostly, picking levels, I stayed away from anything that said precision. Because I knew it was going to be one of those things.
No patience.
I just knew I would get trapped in it. Yeah, and see, this is the problem. I've been on the same level the entire stream. Because I want to try. I want to give the person who took the time to make this and put it in there, I want to give them a fair shake, but
yeah,
I'm just so bad at this game. I mean, that's a simple run out and jump, and I did it wrong twice. I mean, obviously, if I'm still trying, I must be enjoying it at least at some point. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Flip Flop Island. Okay, I will try. I got another 45 minutes before I'm done. I'll try, but I got 5 more levels of... I got 5 more levels of Ant My Dudes in the queue before, and then 1 of Steak Hutzies. I think I will, just because I've been doing it for so long. But it was fun. Honestly, most of it was just me making stupid mistakes. That was it. Okay, so... Nope, you have to wait. Passed out anyway, he doesn't care. Okay. Well, Cannon Brick, I'd have to skip. What is it on right now? It says Adventure of Happy. So let me skip. Or is it, I think, next? See what happens when I do that one. Waylay tag? Yep. So now let's do next. That's how that works. Cool. I need to put those. I think I have them on there. I didn't have to type them. No, I don't. I need to put those on there. Okay. So, Cannon Break. This is the one. Okay. Switch heavy. I was trying to read. I was reading the description on that one just to see. Okay, let's try Cannon Break. And after that, I'm going to skip up to Steaks and Triples. But I have them bookmarked, and I don't download them unless I plan on playing them. That's how I know if I've played them or not.
Yeah.
So I can go back to it. Clumsy Jeff, you've been playing this one. That's the thing, when I'm going through here, I'm finding a lot of crossbreeding with players. I see a lot of them have been playing each other's levels. And I think that's cool.
I mean, isn't that kind of how this game tends to work?
Yep. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Ah! Spike! No. No! Ah! Spikes! Spikes. Too many spikes. What, the bouncing off of bricks to shoot you back to one? Yeah, I like it. It is a cool concept. Well, that was a load of fun.
Good.
Am I supposed to go? Don't know. Do I go that way? The package is over there. The coins go this way, so maybe. Oh. Precision. More precision. Alright. Concentrate. You can do this. Just, I think I got it, and I'm just a hair too far. And Mr. Bot gets a puncturing that he didn't know he was gonna have. You can jump to the other 2 gap. Yeah, I just noticed that. Of course, if I jumped the first one, I don't have to get every coin. Yeah, I had it that time. Again, like I said before, Ant My Dude, you were grossly overestimating my skills at this game. Ah! At that time, I thought I wasn't gonna make it over it. Stop it! Trying to get the height for that jump, and it just keeps having me land. Oh, I was so close. I was so close. Just jumped too high. And then jump. Otherwise, you have to get to the cannon twice. Which cannon? That same cannon? Triple B. Don't you give me a nightmare like that. I have to pause there. I think I do have to pause to let that spike fall. There's no way around it. Because I can't get the right angle otherwise.
Well, I mean, you do what you need to.
The light jump leaves me short. The high jump always puts me right into the spike. So.
And you did get past when you...
I did. I almost had it. I was almost all the way over, and then I messed up. And notice now that I've figured out there are those two unbreakable rocks in a row, I think the cannon only breaks through one layer. Oh, over there? Yeah, there's only one. The one block, it only breaks through the first one. If you're talking about those ones over there on the left, where the package is, I tried going back through it. It didn't let me get that second one. You put a second layer? Or you mean the second layer of spikes? I don't think it's too hard. It's that I'm trying to find the right jump height. I managed to do it on accident the first time. And so now I'm trying to duplicate that and I just can't find it.
Mm.
Oh no, that's what you're talking about. Crap. So I have to do it exactly right 2 times. With no errors. I have to do it exactly right 2 times in a row. And I'm still not entirely sure the precise jumping thing. Or so close.
You got it.
Again, you are overestimating my abilities.
Us saying that you can.
If there's anything that viewers should have been able to determine about my playing of this game since I've started this, it's I will find all of the ways to mess it up.
To fail. Yes, however, you also
Giving them by
learn a little bit at a time.
Yes, but some of them it's not a matter of learning. There is a level of luck to it.
True.
Like some of these precise jumps where you don't actually know what level is going to get you there, so you just kind of have to keep guessing and hoping that you get it right.
30% learning and 70% luck. But without that 30% learning, you'll never get there. 20% 30% learning, 20% practice, 50% luck. But without all 3, you'll never get there.
And see, the thing is, I think I'm pressing it right. It's just sometimes he goes too far, and sometimes he doesn't go far enough. So it's frustrating because I'm not sure. Really? Oh, why do you people not put walls on the sides? Is it a limitation in the maker? Twice now. Twice now. I actually made it over so I could get to the shooter, and instead I missed the shooter, grabbed the coin on the bottom, and slid off the side, off the screen, and died.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Ant, I may give up on this one too, just because. Well, I know. I mean, why do that right there? Oh, no. I want nothing to do with those. You can keep your spikes to yourself, good sir. I'm not sure what just happened there. No! Am I supposed to go back and forth and hit all of those switches? Or is there one that's best? I mean, I know I have to go this way to avoid hitting spikes, because you guys love your spikes. There are probably just 3 switches there to make sure you hit one. Okay, well, hopefully. Ah! Aha! I win! See, maybe put, well, I don't know if you can, but maybe put something on there that shows like a little counter. So when you hit one spike, it goes to one thing, it goes to 0, maybe, to tell us not to keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. All right. I put it on there. Clear. Aha. And quick change. Is that Steak? Are you still trying to see if you can get the Wise to come back? Purge Gate Trick is Ant. So let's go to next. And this is simple. It's never simple. Never simple. You're trying to light a fire underneath me? Thank you very much. I don't need to light. I have lit myself on fire. Okay? I know what it feels like.
Literally.
Jealous Mike knows.
Fuel burning on your skin isn't quite as bad as your skin burning.
I had both happen. What are you talking about?
Ow.
When I was doing a performance downtown, is it? Steak. Why'd you put this one in here? I was doing a performance in downtown Augusta with a fire troop, which is actually, that fire troop is the reason I found out about Extra Life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of my co-performers, he had a team. I joined their team. The first
guitar guy?
Not the guitar guy, the one who would do the sticks.
Okay.
I just wanted to put another one, but it was half the clear rate of this. I went, oh, sure. They give me one that no one's being able to beat. So, yeah, the first couple of years I did MCG because that's where Kiddo was born, it's where Zoe was born, and that's where our mutual friend that passed away.
Yeah.
His kids were all born there, and they were all complicated pregnancies.
Oh, that friend. I thought you were talking about the World of Warcraft friend.
No, not that friend. Not Ioke.
I was like, they don't live in.
No, he lived in Louisiana. No, this one lived in Georgia. The reason.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, well, all of their kids were born at that hospital, and they were all high-risk pregnancies. So the first 3 years, I didn't mind supporting MCG. It was after that I switched, or maybe I think it was the 3rd year I switched. So, all right, so here we go. Steak. Am I supposed to be able to get up there? Why? I have a feeling that was a mistake. Am I supposed to... I think what I'm supposed to do... Punch before you leap. You can punch before you get your tip top for a super jump. You mean the tip top of a jump? See, what I'm thinking you want me to do is... Oh! Aha! I'm hitting the wrong button.
Oops.
I couldn't get the right jump on it. Ah! Dang it. This is another one of those precise ones. Oh! You guys are gonna be the death of me yet. Ah, I missed. Ah, no. No, I'm just not getting it right. Ah, I'm doing it too soon now. Maybe I'm supposed to bounce off the left wall when I do that? No, because it's automatic. It didn't even give me a chance to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Second punch, I punched into the left wall. But yeah, that's what I was trying to do. But it kept me going the right direction because that was where my momentum was going. But do you mean the second punch overall or the second punch after you get this one? Because you could mean both. See, I'm not getting that. I need to get more momentum on that jump. Because it's just carrying me. If I don't hit the punch button, it's just going to carry me straight in. So, I mean, I have to hit that thing right when I get it. I don't have a choice. Because I'm falling too far. That's okay. So I think I moved to the right, close to the spikes, then tapped left to turn and immediately punched left. Yeah, but your momentum, your moment. So are you jumping all the way up when you do this? See, if I punch to the right, I'm bouncing off that wall and I can't get back. So I'm not sure. I think it changes your, it completely changes your momentum. I got that, but come on. Okay. I'm trying to push back to the left and hit it, but as soon as I finish the change, he's not turning. Didn't jump high enough that time. See, I don't know how am I just, because I'm not, the jump up to it is carrying me too far. I can't change my bounce to the left. It bounces me off the right. You can take your punt time before punching. I'm trying to do that, but I can't. You say this like there's more than a split second that you have to do this.
Yeah.
It's still a split second. Okay. Okay. I think I see it now, but it is still a split second, guys. It really is. It is a. You guys said that, and I thought, oh, maybe there's
Switch.
It's still very. It's hit the button, and that delay that you say to take is still only a split second to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get the second part. You mean this part that I'm working on? Sorry, I thought I'd missed that one up, so I stopped pushing the button. Ah! I see what you're supposed to do, but this is another one of those. You just have to. I waited to turn, and he still went to the right. And if I wait too long to turn, he bounces too low. I'm not getting high enough now. That's what it is. I one time I got it the first time when I tried the whole wait to turn, and I haven't been able to do it again. Because when I did it the first time, I wasn't thinking about it. He's not. So close. Punk, go where I tell you to go. I'm pressing to turn, and he's not turning. And if I wait any longer on that punch button, I'm going to fall into the spikes. Okay, that one was just me being stupid. Yeah, there's so many elements to this one, because you have to come off this wall with just the right speed. And just... I'm not getting... That's the thing. I'm not getting... I can't figure out what that speed is to get me to bounce that way with enough oomph to make it back.
Yeah.
It is. I'm pushing to the left before I even hit that button, and it's still sending me soaring up and to the right. And then when I get it right, like then, because I'm pushing to the left to hit that wall, I'm not bouncing back off the wall enough, because you have to bounce off the wall. You have to push left to get to the wall, and then you have to push right to get... So that time I pushed left.
And almost.
And no, it shot me up to the right again.
Oh. Dang.
Again, I wish I had that thing so you guys could see the buttons. I'm pushing left before I hit that fire button, and he's still soaring up to the right. I don't understand. That time I was holding to the left the whole time. And then he finally does it, and he doesn't get the momentum. Did it again. Pushed left, and it shot right. It's an interesting challenge you've created here, Steak, but the number of steps that are required to make this up. So many finger motions. Come on. You have to get all exactly right. And my dude, thank you for your levels. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I'll try to get to your other ones next week. But what I may have to start doing is, unless we get, have you guys put them in one at a time. And then, so if other people come in, theirs can get in. And then have you add your second one when I clear one of yours.
That makes sense.
Yep, I'll be back at this next week, same time. But we're doing this one. Fridays, I'm going to be switching to a game from my childhood.
Ooh, what are you going to play?
Sword of Vermilion. So I say my childhood, but it was more like my teenage years.
Yeah.
It's something that, it's a game that I've actually purchased from the Nintendo store, which is really wrong to me because it's a Sega Genesis game.
Did Nintendo buy out Sega?
No, it's just Sega doesn't make consoles anymore, and so...
Oh, okay.
There's more people with levels than it makes sense to take turns. Yeah, that's it. That was all. That's it. I'm just trying to figure out a way to balance it so that I don't spend all of a stream on one person's levels, unless they're the only one that offers them. If that's the case, but I may definitely do a thing where I say only one at a time into the queue, and then if no one else comes in when I've beaten one, then you can toss yours in.
Yeah.
So we'll see next time, my dude.
Standing in the queue at any given time.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I can definitely just skip one if I want to. If somebody's gonna have to leave, I could say, go ahead and put your things in, and then we'll put them in. I'll just sort them.
Yeah.
Deek. I finally get. When I get it right, he won't bounce back to the right. Yeah, but I wanted to, it's one of those, I'm featuring your level for my limited viewer base, and I would like to show them it all the way to the end, but... And I'm extremely stubborn. I want to get these, because I know what you're asking me to do, it's just... Some of it, I just don't understand why it's not doing it, because I'm very clearly telling him turn left after he transforms. And so then he'll either do it too early, or he just won't do it at all. That didn't even make it high enough. Okay, so shoot and jump. Basically, as soon as you would get the feeling that it's going the right direction, you have to immediately turn back. Like, you have to assume that it's going to make it, and the problem is if you assume it's going to make it, then you might miss a step in the process, or the steps just don't.
Yeah.
I probably would have made one less spike, made it one less high. One less. I would have I would have one lower. I really wish they would let you guys do multiple versions, like one of the same level, where when you go in, you pick. So you have one that's for the people who want absolute hard mode on everything. So everything to be exactly as difficult as you could make it. And then another version for newcomers who can play the same level but would have like that variation. I'm sure there's some precision speed blenders who could get that without even thinking about it. Maybe. I haven't actually tried to make a level yet, so I don't know what the limitations are. But having, a difficult, a epic difficulty one where you can technically do that. You can clone levels now and make different versions, but you'd have to mark about. See, that's not what I'm talking about. And that's something that's going to have to be mentioned as a suggestion to the dev, of saying having an easy version and then an epic version of the same level, that when the person starts playing it, they can pick which version they want.
Yeah. And
so, for instance, in this one right here, the hardcore players would want that difficulty of this is going to that, and they're going to want that, and they would nail it every time. But then players who are new to the game, who stumble upon your level, who know their limitations. Just some more spikes on a channel. No, in this case you need less spikes. This precision jump you have right here is very difficult. So the way you have it is perfect for a difficult level. Yeah. And I could foresee... the only difficulty I could foresee if they were to initially figure that out is how would you keep records for both?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that the reason it doesn't always turn is because you can press the punch button during the power animation and you will punch, but if you press the direction of turn during the power animation, you won't turn. Yeah, that's I know, it's that precision of knowing when precisely to hit the turn button, hitting the jump button, and then managing to let go quickly enough of the left so that when you bounce off the wall, you go back all the way to the right. And it's such a high jump already that with so many so many factors into it that all the precision. This one should definitely have a precision tag on it, Steak. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I'm thinking I think I'm letting go at the right time to hit the punch button, but it's always responding differently. And see, there's the problem. I just did what you suggested. I held the button. I held the left button to turn back to the right all the way through the animation, and the result was all of his momentum stalled, and when I hit the button, once the animation was over, he bounced off the ceiling underneath. So it's not precisely after. There is you have to let your momentum carry you a little bit before you can make that turn. And there comes a point when you're falling of you have to hit that button or you're going to hit the spikes. Or maybe the answer, Steak, would have been to put a small little ledge on the other side that you could land in. Like, oops, that's not how you're supposed to do it, but hey, look, you landed on this side, now you just got to figure out how to get up where you need to go. Because I can clearly bounce off the right side. I've demonstrated I can do that. Oh, I made it! Oh, now you're going to make me do this. Oh!
You didn't take this game to the toilet, did you?
No, I just...
All I heard was...
I finally made it up there, and then it's another one of those instances of it's such a difficult thing to get past, and then the very next thing you get one shot to try at, and now I've got to go back and get past the whole difficult thing again, which I only got by chance, before I can even get a shot at the harder part again. This is like, you're the one that did that rocket level, right? The one with the spikes all around, and I was having to balance myself, and there were very few places I could stop.
Hmm.
For that part, you need to hold jump and then hit the power. Yes, I know you have to. Well, whoever made that one, I know the trick of getting up to the ceiling. It's just that time, my momentum didn't carry me all the way up, and so I landed on the spikes. But my view on all these games is you can never have too many save points. Players that want it.
That's pretty true.
And you could put it in a way where players who don't want it, they want the difficulty. It could be up a little. So if you manage to make that bounce off, yeah, you must punch on the tip top. Okay, I'm assuming that's what you mean. You keep saying tiptoe. See what bug, Guthron? Tiptoe is the ninja power. Okay, see there. The ninja power up, the one where doing that. Ha ha! Oh, you mean the green one, the power up dash? Yeah, that. Yeah, it's great. Actually, I do like that. That's pretty cool. But like so, okay, so you see where I'm standing right now, Steak? So there's no possible chance to accidentally hit the save bot. Maybe put one, like maybe 3 barrels up so that near the top there's a barrel to hit.
Over him if you wanted.
No. So that people that want the difficulty don't have to hit the save bot.
Oh.
They can just keep going without the save bot. So yeah, so I'd have to jump up here to hit the save bot, and then I have to come back down here. You can even make it so that there's a little cliff, like a little right where you see where the spikes are going up. I don't have a way of pointing it out to you, but this wall of spikes that you have going up on the side right here, if you put a brick hanging down from the ceiling right there to make it impossible for me to speed across and hit that thing, although I don't think it'd even be really possible. Oh, see, there you go. That's cool. You have to have 2 solid tiles for them to be on, so it's hard to put checkpoints everywhere. Yeah, but can't you put them on those floors that you can jump through? Because if that's the case, then you could have 2 blocks coming out with it being the floor that you can jump through. Well, okay, but what if they require 2 full blocks? see, I haven't made them yet. So do they have to be 2 full blocks? So this thing would have to be the ledge that I'm standing on. It would have to be solid all the way out to that, right? Okay. Well, do you remember the first level I started with? Ants. Or when I got up to the hey MS, welcome in. So you know that first level I started with, ants, where I had to jump out and come back. You could do the same thing right there with a little spot. So you have it above me, and the only way I can get up to it is to jump out and up, like that. But if the and then have still have a piece there in the middle to prevent me, which makes that jump even harder. I mean, either way. But if speedrunners can just disable the save point, then you could just put it right here on this ledge. And if they can disable it when you make them, yeah, because you know what the requirements are. Okay, so I'm supposed to jump up and hit that. What did you guys say? Where is it? I gotta look over here. I beg to differ with you. There are people who would intentionally not do things to make it harder, to put self-imposed difficulties on themselves, making it so that they went through a level without ever hitting a save point. But I mean, since the checkpoints can be disabled, that really doesn't matter. Okay. Haha. Okay, so save point. Oh my goodness. Too far. Okay. Oh, I didn't hit it soon enough. Hey, Nick. Good night, Nixie. Hope you have a good night, and I look forward to seeing you Friday morning. Okay. So close. This one's going to be interesting. But I like it because it took the challenge that he taught me initially and said, now I'll up it a little. You are most welcome, Nixie. I hope you have a very good evening. Get a good night's rest. I don't remember what a good night's rest is like. When you punch to the right, press the button to turn into a bush midair. Otherwise, you will die on the enemy up there. Oh, when I go up there? Okay, yeah. Let's get past this part before I worry about the enemy up there. See? At least there's a save point right here, so I could just do this part over.
Yeah.
I didn't do that one right. I like that. I like that. See, that's what when you have those really precision-driven parts, I don't think you can have too many save points. Ah, too high. I jumped too high. Again, that's just me. I say all this. I haven't made a level yet. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I have to get it from the other side. I don't have a choice, do I? Nope, too soon. So to get ready for the new Star Wars movie coming out, the family is doing a Star Wars thing.
Marathon.
Yeah, we started with the prequels and are working our way through them. We just finished the Clone Wars movie and have to do Revenge of the Sith next. And I frankly cannot wait until I get past the prequels. They are so bad. Attack of the Clones was just so horrible. And really, Clone Wars was just a really long episode about TV show. You can get it from jumping off the ground, but it's difficult. Yeah, it's a very precise one. I bet. So, oh, we just did Attack of the Clones. We did Phantom Menace on Friday, and then Attack of the Clones on Saturday. And oh my word, it was so painful.
Well, so you're getting through it. You're almost done with the hardest part.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is at least a little better, but it has so many problems. Like, one of the biggest problems is Padme just suddenly turning into the helpless princess that needs rescued.
Yeah, it's like she went from being,
bad A to being the trope female who needs to be rescued.
I can't bring myself to say bad A, so I just didn't say anything.
Okay. Now I've done it. I just need to hit that convert button a little bit faster.
You can do it. You got this.
But listening to the dialogue and watching the whole thing, I mean, okay, I'm sorry to prequel lovers, kids that started with the prequels and think they're better because you started with those first. But if you actually look at the relationship between Anakin and Padme,
it's disturbing. The age difference.
Well, no, okay, you got to remember George Lucas wrote it so that she was 14 and he was 9. However, there on no planet did anyone think that Padme was 14 years old. No. They thought she was more like 17 or 18. Okay, and regardless, okay, so fast forward 10 years. He hasn't seen her in 10 years, yet he still is holding this crush.
Yeah.
I had crushes when I was 8 or 9 years old. By the time I reached 17 or 18, I remembered them, but I could have cared less.
Oh, I mean, there was one. My elementary school crush, man, it was a long time before
you got over it.
I was
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I had the advantage of I moved away from my not high school, my elementary school crush, and I went to Germany and never saw her again.
that would make a difference.
And we had no way of keeping up with them. My parents neglected to get their information. Why, I don't know. But they neglected to get the information for all of my friends. So when I moved, I lost all of my friends. I was able to keep contact with one, and he was the one that also liked the same girl, and he was no way was he going to be sharing that information with me. So anyway, crushes that long, not common. So there's that.
No.
And when episode 2 starts, she straight up says, "You're always going to be that little boy," and he is this whiny little.
I absolutely hated his character in the second movie.
I hit the springy button. Whatever this thing is,
I didn't
that thing.
mind the second movie as a whole, but I hated his character.
I think the music for the second movie was better than the first movie. I think that John Williams really outdid himself with some of those themes. Oh. I think when I listened to the music from it when we were watching the movie, it was very good. I was very pleased with the music. I was actually shocked how much I enjoyed the music. What? Yeah. He did a good job. Their theme, their love story theme, the music of it was good. There wasn't any problem with that. Go away, you stupid tongue. Go away. I don't want you. Where's the way through? Am I supposed to go down this way? What the heck am I supposed to do? But okay, so then she starts the movie saying, "You'll always be that little boy," and he just acts like a spoiled. He acts like a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
But if you think about what he's doing, he's just straight stalking her.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more, nothing less. It's just plain stalking. Oh, there's no place to pause and think over here, steak. Little punk. Literally no place to pause and think. And then for some reason, even though she very clearly makes it clear that nothing is ever going to happen between them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She makes it absolutely clear multiple times. And then suddenly, when they get to Geonosis and they think they're going to die, suddenly she loves him. When barely a day before, she was telling him, "This cannot work. It will not work."
That's just a strange.
And the conversation from there was just him repeating back to her what she said. I would have much preferred and the reason why he set it up to have the marriage at the end was because he wanted to, how all Star Wars movies end with some kind of celebratory scene. You know, whether it's Empire. I mean, Empire Strikes Back had them all. Hey, we survived. So let's stand here and celebrate the fact that we survived. We all know about the end of the one on Episode 4 and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
All of them end with some kind of celebration. And the end of Attack of the Clones, he had nothing else but the wedding. And frankly, the only reason the wedding happened was because he didn't want all the parents being mad that they were doing their thing. Dang it. Now, there are a lot of things I would have changed about the prequels. One of the things I would have changed was I wouldn't have started with Phantom Menace. Ah, dang it, I didn't mean to press that. I would not have started with Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace was basically just an excuse for him to show us how Palpatine became the Chancellor, and we didn't need that.
Well, I really enjoyed that aspect of the story.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't
not saying a lot.
But I don't know. They could have accomplished all the things that they did in Episode 1 in a much shorter time.
Yeah.
In Episode 2, but he wanted to spend the time on he's the Messiah. He's the one born from the Force. He wanted to spend all that time on that, and he wanted to give a believable reason why him and Padme would meet. When in reality, all he created was a believable reason why this boy turned into a stalker boy 101.
I think if they would have given a third, maybe even a fourth of the movie to Anakin, not had Anakin and Padme meet, and then focus the rest on the Republic, I would have been okay with that. Even focus on Padme in the Republic, but still not have them meet. They just needed to not meet. I wish they hadn't have met.
Ha! Burn!
That was stupid.
It was. It really was. But frankly, I didn't want the trilogy to end where it ended. I wanted it to go farther. I wanted to see the hunt. I wanted to, tongued, exactly. I'm dying by tonguing. Not just tongue, whiplash tongue. But frankly, I wanted to see Darth Vader in his thing because what did we never see? We never saw really in the original series. We never saw Darth Vader really show why he was the dreaded person that he was before that. Honestly, it took Rogue One making up for some of the weaknesses in the original trilogy, like making fun, like actually finally explaining away the exhaust port that everybody complained about as a plot hole, and Rogue One just said, "Hey, guess what, guys?
We're gonna do it."
No, not just that. They actually turned it into they gave you a way to say, "You guys have spent all this time complaining about this giant plot hole when it only took a little bit of thought for us to come up with the story that explains precisely what happened." That was one of the things I liked most about Rogue One.
The way that they presented it in Rogue One, it makes sense. It was planned the entire time. Because it even presented a current tie-in back to the original three, not the first two, but the original three. Because some people may see that the lessons are outdated or whatever people may think. But what they did in Rogue One is they tied that back into saying, with so many companies struggling with their employees not wanting to support the defense industries and, having walkouts and protests.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you escalated that time? Turn that to 11, and what would it look like? And then you have the exhaust vent.
Yeah. The explanation they gave for that, in MS Gamer, everybody is doing it just for money. You think George Lucas did this just because he wanted to make it? Everything George Lucas did was about making money. Why do you think he released special editions in the 90s and then released the prequels and then tried to do the re-release of all 6 movies in 3D? It was all about making money. Disney bought it after they did the first one in 3D release, which we thought was going to be the only time my daughter could see a movie in theater that was Star Wars, which is why we made a point of going to see it. And when I was watching it, I kind of knew. I kind of knew this already, but when I watched the Phantom Menace in 3D in 2012 with my daughter, for one, she was the only girl there. She was also the only one with a lightsaber, so she was really popular. But the kids ate it up. They ate it up, and I was sitting there watching it with my wife, like, this is who this movie was made for. Now it's still unforgivable, the lessons they were teaching them about romance and all that stuff like that. But you could see it. The kids loved things like Jar Jar Binks. They loved that stupid humor. And
yeah, I was young enough when it came out that I can still appreciate that.
I just appreciated, frankly, that we were getting more Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks for me was just, okay, we got another C-3PO. Well, what we had in the first movies was C-3PO and R2-D2. Quite literally, the stupidest Deus Ex Machina that you could get in a game. Anything. Everything they did resulted in something. And frankly, we had that with C-3PO in Attack of the Clones. That guy could make no mistake that did not end in something good. Everything he did, which should have been absolutely horrible, every single time worked. And it's like the stupidest Deus Ex Machina you're going to find in a story. Kind of like Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past. They had to come up with a reason for him not to be in that fight, because once he showed what he could do when they freed Magneto, they're like, well, this is over. This is over.
Like,
just bring Quicksilver to the fight and it's over. And they tried to make up for it in Apocalypse by saying Apocalypse just learned it, but frankly, that was just bad writing on their part. They knew that he could see that his eyes were how he was learning all those skills, yet Quicksilver ran in front of him instead of constantly hitting him from behind where he wouldn't have been able to see it, which he could easily have done because Apocalypse was otherwise engaged. And every time he turned, Quicksilver would know. He'd be able to see it before he did it and would constantly stay behind him. Just one of the many problems with Apocalypse. But yeah, 3PO in Attack of the Clones, just watching it, nothing he did all the things that he did that should have resulted in something bad always ended in something good. And they explain it by saying that the Force just works to fate, things will happen. Like, no. That was all written that way because you wanted the humor of the droids screwing things up, but you still needed it. Without them, some things wouldn't have happened. Okay, got that, but sorry. It just ended up being stupid. And the amount of times, the only time I ever saw anybody treat an astromech droid the way they should be treated in that universe was in Return of the Jedi, when a stormtrooper somehow managed to get one shot on an astromech droid. If I was a stormtrooper or anybody in that universe and I saw an astromech droid somewhere nearby, the first thing I would do would be shoot that thing dead.
Yep.
Because even if it wasn't working against you, you knew at some point it could.
Mm-hmm.
Burbita. I'm still trying to beat a level while I talk. But yeah, besides the stuff that Rogue One did with the whole fixing the plot hole that was the exhaust port, and doing it in a way that people could frankly just say, why didn't we think of that? Some fan theories might have thought about it. I don't know. I never actually saw anyone. Most of the time I just saw people complaining about the fact, why would you have a single exhaust port?
It didn't make sense to me when they said, all of the whatever creatures died. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. That's why if you think I'm like, you don't know who died. No, you're mixing up. You're mixing up Return of the Jedi and A New Hope. The Bothans died in the third movie, Episode 6. So, who was it that designed the exhaust port into it?
It was
the Bothans?
No, it was Jen Russo's father. The Bothan spies are the ones that stole the plans to the second Death Star, which turned out to be a trap. They were meant to find it. Like they weren't. It was all part of the plan. In the first one, they stole the plans when they were on. Leia got the plans from Rogue One. Rogue One, they said the whole thing that they were there for was to steal the plans to give them to someone who could get them to the Alliance, the Rebel Alliance, and that someone was Princess Leia, which we saw right at the end of Rogue One.
Okay.
But again, and because she got captured, we got, R2-D2 came in. R2-D2 wasn't the problem. He was smart, and he was trying to make do with the stupid companion that he had.
Well, yeah, he didn't make mistakes.
Dang it.
It was C-3PO that was an idiot.
Yeah.
And an idiot is, I think, the accurate
so
term for
C-3PO and
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks was just a double down on that. But anyway, the thing I like, and one of the other things I liked about Rogue One was they finally showed us Vader in his. I'm not gonna be able to get back up there, I don't think.
as a leader.
No, not just as a leader, as the vicious person that he was. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get back up here.
Hey, sounds like my brother.
Mhm.
Actually, I think he's milded down a bit.
What?
That's a person I'm glad that I don't play this game with.
Oh,
One of
thanks.
my brothers
Thank you,
are
Steek.
really
I realize that you wished I was done with this, but the fact that I'm still trying is frankly just because I'm distracted by the conversation. But anyway, at the end of Rogue One, we finally got to see the thing that Darth Vader was the most famous for. Darth Vader was never a great offensive lightsaber. And that was one thing that you did get in the prequels. Yeah, probably. You did get to see in the prequels was you got to see how bad Anakin was at attacking. But if he held back, when he held back, no one could get to him. He was able to fight people to a standstill if he didn't lose control of his
temper.
If he didn't lose control of his temper. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back up there like this. I'll have to redo this part. But it was all just stuff that you read in books. We never actually got to see that on screen because the Vader that we saw at the end of Empire Strikes Back was older, and Luke was just no match for him. It wasn't real good. It was just, I'm not going to move versus I'm young and impetuous, and I'm you and you are my age.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't a great lightsaber duel at all. I mean, in the annals of Star Wars lightsaber duels, no one was going to be talking about, dang it, I did it again. Wrong direction. No one's going to be talking about Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader.
No.
But outside of that, we never really got to see Darth Vader be the vicious lord that he was, taking out all the Jedi. And the reason why? Because George Lucas wanted his Messiah story, setting up Palpatine as the Chancellor, and setting up Padme and Anakin for their doomed love story that was so horrible. And as a result, we never got to see Darth Vader in action. We only saw Anakin basically kill a bunch of younglings. Ah, there we go.
Which, in and of itself, that's pretty horrible.
Oh. But that's it. When he went to fight Anakin, he was just pure anger. There was no strategy to it. Nothing whatsoever. Okay, so I cleared it. Good job. Of course that one goes off. Alright, turn those. Right back on. So, as fun as it's been having this conversation, it's time for me to end this.
Hey.
Zoe wants to say hi.
Shabby. Okay.
Zoe can come try to say something nice about the prequels. Well, I've been talking smack about the prequels on stream. Well, there were lots of issues, but my biggest issue was that we didn't get to see Darth Vader in his fighting prime. Here, come here. Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, angst 1. Yeah, my wife just said angst 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, dog.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Say hi, Zoe.
Hi.
This is my
Zoe.
progeny.
What?
Oh,
Hi.
video's on.
I am procreating.
I've been laughing all
Not
day.
anymore though.
I've been laughing all day, and now my stomach hurts,
Well,
Ah,
and my voice. Sounds
I'm also
different.
squeezing your stomach, so.
I'm
Well, that's
starting
part
to
of it,
more
but
be
yeah.
able to see both of you.
I like
Oh, no,
turtles.
here you go. You ready? Zoe, look straight at the camera, right? Okay? So like that, it's all Michelle.
Looks, yep. But then
from
the
there,
profile,
From
it's
there,
all you.
it's all me. We split her
Yep.
face in half. Hey, anthropophagic. Let me give you a shout out. I'm heading off, but
I like turtles.
apparently she likes turtles.
Since
So.
always.
How did your stream go last night, anthropophagic? I know. I think I was there for the end of it. You were looking for some Star Wars tales, yeah. It was, you were lurking for me talking about all the problems with the prequels. Well, okay, sure.
Hey, so it's late summer, almost fall. Have they announced Christmas Star Wars yet?
No. That's the only thing worse than the prequels. I'm not saying something, but the other thing that Rogue One gave us was that was Darth Vader at the end being absolutely vicious. You don't have a horse in the race, but it's entertaining. Well, I mean, there is no horse in this race. The originals are better than the prequels.
Yeah, I have no horse in the race either.
And even in that, it's
I'm the wrong kind of nerd for Star Wars.
Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi has its problems, but those two were the two that weren't directed by George Lucas, which is why Empire Strikes Back, while at the time wasn't considered the favorite, over time has become everyone's favorite. And
Yeah.
and outside of
2 or 3.
that's Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
So 2.
Yeah, the second one of the original trilogy.
The second one that people don't dismiss.
All right. For me, I love the originals. Didn't care for the prequels. My daughter loved the prequels,
Yeah.
but she was the age for it. Yeah, it. Frankly, that's all I want to do is I just want to go and enjoy a movie. I frankly loved The Last Jedi, and I thought Force Awakens was exactly the kind of movie we needed to bring it back. Were they perfect? No. Name the perfect movie. You're going to get so many different answers about what makes the perfect movie. But if you're comparing Star Wars
Lord of the
movies,
Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Episode 2 of Lord of the Rings.
Ugh.
Think about
It's a drag.
what they did to not just Frodo, but what they did to Faramir. The difference between Faramir and
Yes.
Boromir was that
Yes.
Faramir resisted and sent Frodo and Samwise away with Gollum. He didn't try to take him back, and by having him not resist and bring him back, he basically lost his uniqueness from Boromir. As much as the fans want them to be, so I just enjoy it for what it is. Nothing's perfect. Yeah, they aren't perfect. They aren't perfect, but they can be enjoyable, even if they aren't. So, and frankly, they're better than the prequels by a long shot. Even my daughter, who loved them the first time she saw them, is now. Of course, she had to sit there. She had to sit there between us when we were watching Attack of the Clones, just talk about how horrible the romance was and how it was basically just him being a stalker.
It was gross.
Yeah. All right, so nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you.
The reason why I don't like it is stupid cheesy love story. Seriously, do you have to put that in?
No, it's not a love story. It's a stalker story. No, when she and then when she did do it, when she did finally quote unquote reciprocate, there was no reason. They gave us no reason in the story.
No, he was not a lovable person.
Yeah.
Anymore. The only positive she ever knew out of him was when he was a kid. So how does that make her fall in love with the not
It doesn't.
child, 9-year-old? Yeah.
And here, this is one of those little things from the story that bugged me. Were they fooling anybody with the way they were traveling? They were supposed to be traveling as refugees. Yet they had lots of luggage, fancy outfits that no one was buying as being refugees. And then when they got there, they went to her home planet, to the backcountry where her family took her when she grew up.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, well, that's it for Star Wars talk. There was, well, okay, I agree, anthropophagic, but part of that is direction. George Lucas is not a good director. He's not a good director at all.
Especially when it comes to love stories.
Yeah, well, anything that requires character development. He's a swashbuckling. He's a swashbuckling. Yeah, he's a swashbuckling pirate cowboy movie lover. That's all about men, and women are just eye candy. That's what he grew up on. That's what he wanted to make, and that was the flaw of his movies, of all of his movies. It's always been the flaw. But yeah, I actually took the time. I finally went back and watched the TV show that Hayden Christensen was a part of. It was some Canadian. Basically, it was their version of Dawson Creek. It was horrible, but I could see his acting chops there. Yeah, THX. I think, unfortunately for him, THX and Star Wars was when he peaked. That was it. The reason why the Indiana Jones movies were so good is because Steven Spielberg made those. He directed them. George Lucas just helped write them. So, but THX, I'd say, was like the first shot, like, oh, look at this guy has some talent, and then Star Wars was the end of it. Because it all went to his head. But, all right, well, that's it for Star Wars talk. I'll be back next week, same time, 6:30 Central, to play some more Levelhead. Thank you for everybody who submitted your levels. I've got them on my bookmarks. I'll play some of them. Steek, you need to learn how to make levels that aren't so difficult. You come in and say, this level is easy, and I start it, and it's instantaneous. I have complex blah, 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 blah. What?
You develop a complex from playing Steek Cutsy's levels.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear you because Zoe's over here making a bunch of noise. So get ready for bed.
You've developed a complex from playing Steek Cutsy's levels.
Something. The thing is that his levels there's always something really enjoyable about them. It's just, they're just wrapped in it. Get ready for bed. Okay, sorry. Parenting has to come in. So I will be here. I will be at the Extra Life channel on Friday, and that's who I'm going to host as soon as I finish here. Let me... Life for Kids. I need to make this into a command. I will be there on Friday at 1 Central, 1 Eastern, 12 Central, and I will be playing a new game this month on that. So maybe I'll see some of you there. And Chalice Mike, we'll see you back on Monday.
Yes, sir.
All right. Say goodbye, Chalice Mike.
Bye, Chalice Mike.
Okay, so thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will catch you next time. Stay tuned for some Extra Life after this.